there's way too much laughter for an ordinary church. What it feels like, what happens when you actually come into the presence of God. Let everything that has breath praise the Lord. Good investigative journalism asks these questions. There are 5 W's and an H. You got it now. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Yes. So, we're going to have a look. We're not going to have time to do all of the questions, but we're going to ask some of these questions in regard to worship. So let's kick off with who. That was easy. We've just done that. God is the worshipee, and man, we are the worshippers. Yeah? Is there more? Yes, of course there is. We've just read it. The reading has kind of given this away, hasn't it? 24 elders up there on the thrones with crowns. These guys have got some clout. I don't know anybody else in heaven that sits on the throne other than Jesus or God the Lamb. These guys are up there, and look what happens. When they get the cue, they're on the floor. They bow down, they're on their knees, and they're casting their crowns. Yeah, that's where the name of the American band comes from, Casting Crowns, yeah? And they cast their crowns before. So God, man, the elders, and there's more. The creatures, the 4 living creatures. Oh, this gets weird now. It's properly weird. So there seem to be 2 accounts of this. There's one in Revelation, but if you go back into Ezekiel, he's also seen this. It's strange. There's wings, hands, eyes, and all sorts of things. Ezekiel's account puts it like they've got 2 sets of wings. We've got 3 sets of wings in the Revelation. 2 sets of wings. They're flying with one and hiding themselves with the other. Hands underneath the wings. Revelation's got eyes all over the place. Ezekiel, don't ask me how this works. This is properly weird. But each of the creatures in Ezekiel has the face of a man, the face of a lion, the face of an ox, and the face of an eagle. I put the eagle at the back. I don't know why, but there we are. How does that work? And the legs are straight, and the poor man has no feet. He's got hooves. And then they seem to be joined to some wheels. I don't know how this works. And the wheels are full of eyes. We're back to the eyes again. The wheels are just full of eyes. This is weird. But they're in heaven, and they constantly, holy, 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 holy is the Lord God Almighty, the one who was and is to come, and so on and so forth. And Ben's just forgotten to turn the camera on. As I said, what could possibly go wrong? We haven't got time. So, when they cry out, holy, that's the elders' cue, and they fall on. So, God, man, elders, creatures. Are we there yet? Is there more? There is, yeah. So, who's excited for Christmas? I might have brought that up a little bit early, but anyone excited for Christmas? Yeah, 1 or 2. Okay, so go back to the nativity scene. The poor old shepherds, the outcast, the lowest of the low in society, out on the hill, just looking after the sheep. And then, back, all of a sudden, the whole sky lights up and an angel appears. Don't be afraid. Too late for that. They need a change of underwear already. They know what an angel is. They've heard the stories. One single angel annihilated an entire army. You bet they were scared. Anyway, when it's all calmed down a bit, they've received the good news, they know what they're going to do, then what happens? Oh, it just gets orders of magnitude worse, because the whole of the sky just rips open and there's thousands, innumerable numbers of angels, and they're all there praising, worshipping, glorifying God. So, God, man, creatures, elders, angels. Any more? There could be some more. Everything, let everything that has breath, everything. Mary will remember this. Some time ago, I was stood here and I mentioned the fact that I was blessed with the capacity to wake up before dawn every morning. And in the spring, it's quiet. It's really quiet at sort of 4 o'clock in the morning. And you wait and you wait for the first bird. And the first bird starts to sing. And then another, and then another. And it's not long before the air is just filled with birdsong. Yeah? And it's not just the birds. Let everything that has breath. Right, now, just come on, think a minute. How many animals can you think of? Well, there's the whales. The massive great. People love to listen to whale songs. Some do. Find it quite relaxing. It's the whales. Giraffe. I think we might just get one in here, but they're about so tall. The tongue of a giraffe is about that long. The elephants with a trunk like this that can pick up over 1,000 kilos. Yeah. What else have we got? Penguins. You know, the little penguins that shuffle along like this and fly underwater. Yeah. Praising God. How weird else can we go? What about the animal that looks like it's made up of all the leftovers, the duck-billed platypus? Yeah, are you putting that one day? Yeah, I see the markers going. You were waiting. You wondered how I was going to get that one in, didn't you? Yeah. Let everything that has breath praise the Lord. So, God, man, elders, creatures, angels, everything that has breath. Are we there? Anything else? Right, let's get the next slide. Do you know what that is? Yeah, our home is in there, somewhere up there. It's very small. Did you know our sun is nearly 900,000 kilometers in diameter? We're about 12,000 in the world. You can fit 1 million Earths in the size of our sun. And our sun is tiny, weeny, piddly little insignificant star compared to some of the others in our universe, in our galaxy. Well done. Well done. Right, Ben, make a note of this and be sure to hand the prizes out in the right place. So, anybody care to hazard a guess how many stars there are in our galaxy? Yeah, next slide. 200 billion stars in our galaxy. 200 billion. And most of those have not all, but most of them have a solar system. There are planets orbiting. And all the scientists are constantly looking for another Earth because we're spoiling ours at a rate of knots and we're going to have to leave at some point in time. Right. Anyone, hold the next slide for a second, anyone hazard a guess how many galaxies there are in the universe? A lot. Yes, you're right. So, next. There are 2 trillion galaxies in the universe. Right, by extrapolation, if we take our galaxy as an average one with 200 billion stars in each, that makes a total of how many stars? That number apparently is 400 sextillion. Right, and now at this point, it's all just become meaningless, hasn't it? It's just how many noughts has it got? We just can't comprehend. But with a word, God just spoke all of this into existence. Now, when we see what God did on our planet, just look at the incredible biodiversity that we have in place here, the way the whole ecosystems and everything work together. Our God is just incredibly creative, is he not? So, now this might just push your minds a bit, but who says he hasn't made other life somewhere else? So, when we get to heaven, maybe it shouldn't be too big a surprise if it's not just God and man and the elders and the creatures and the angels and anything that has breath. We'll just put a question mark over that. We might be joined by somebody else, something else. Who knows? Just putting that out there. So all of this is worshipping God. So what does worship look like? Well, let's do a what. What does worship look like? Or, well, Dan's already said, it takes many forms, doesn't it? But what happens when it goes wrong? Right, I'm going to tell you, this is true, this happens. You've got to come back with me to the last century. Yes, we're nearly all that old, apart from the kids. Go back to the last century, 1970s. I left my job as a draftsman and went to make furniture for someone. And things went reasonably well, and we got to a point where we needed another person to help make furniture. So along came a 16-year-old school leaver on his Push Maxi moped, and I think his parents had probably bought him because it probably wasn't what he wanted, but there we are. All the way from Dandy Corner to Middlewood Green. Do anybody know where Dandy Corner is? 1 or 2 people, great. So it's not a decent journey, and it's pretty miserable in the winter. So turns 17, buys a small motorbike because it's better than the Push Maxi, and learns to drive, passes his test. Great. So his parents, I think, again, helped him out. He had a lovely little white Triumph Toledo 1300. It was a few years old, but it was a very nice order. Just one problem. It wasn't really what he wanted. What he wanted was a Ford Capri. Was that in Minder, I think? Dennis Waterman used to drive one, perhaps. And he had his heart set on this thing, saved and saved and saved and saved. Eventually, he had enough for a deposit. So he went to see Mr. Ford, took all his money, traded the Toledo, came back with a Ford Capri. So by this time, there are 4 of us all making furniture. And on the Monday morning, we knew this was going to happen, but we didn't know he was going to go and buy a brand new one. Oh, my word, the excitement. No one, not even the boss, had a new car. So much gathering around and looking and seeing. And so, come on, we need to go and make furniture. Right, fast forward. A couple of years later, recession comes. What do people stop buying when recession comes? Furniture, first one to go. Yeah, we can make that sofa last a while yet, can't we? Yes, of course we can. So we all got laid off to go and find different jobs. Yeah. A couple of years later, just by chance, in the middle of Stowmarket, happened to run into him. Oh, how are you doing? Haven't seen you for ages. Remember, there's no internet, there's no mobile phones, we can't text, no posting on Instagram or anything like that. The only way, if you know their home landline number, you can pick up your phone at home and ring. You didn't do that. So we caught up. What you doing now? Is this, that, and the other? Still got the Capri? Oh, yeah, still got the Capri. I'm nearly finished the other one now. Mark 1 3-litre GXL Capri. God, I bet that shifts to not far away from being on the road. Great. So I walk away and think, he's got another one. He's gone and got another one. What I didn't tell you was that every day when he arrived at work with this new Ford Capri, it looked like it had just come out of the showroom. Every night, it transpires, every night when he got home, he washed it, leathered it down, put it in the garage. Now, if he was going out of an evening, not only would he do that, but he'd go out in the evening, come back, and it would be washed and leathered down again and put away in the garage. Well, there were a number of speculative guesses over how long before the novelty wears off. Do you know what? It never did. A few months later, his long-suffering girlfriend left him, rightly stating that he thought more of the blessed car than he did of her. And she wasn't wrong. Anyway, fast forward again. I hope you're keeping up. Some years later, I ran into one of the other guys that we used to make furniture with. And the same scenario. Oh, great. Haven't seen you for ages. What are you doing now? So on and so forth. We catch up a little bit. And in the course of the catching up, I said to him, oh, do you know what? I saw Mr. Capri a few years ago. Do you know he'd gone and got two now? He's got and the body language changed. And the eyes began to roll. They go, what? What? What was the answer I got? I got one word. Just realised that 7. It took a minute for the penny to drop in here. No. You can't be serious. Really? No. He got 7. 7 Ford Capris. Someone is worshipping the wrong God. That's not what worship is meant to look like, is it? I can't for 1 minute imagine it would ever happen to anyone here. But things can quite easily draw you away and become the focus of your attention. Don't let that happen. So what does worship look like? Let's go. I've got a little video to play you now. This was last year. We were on holiday. We went on holiday specifically to Manchester. Go on, run the video. And Co-op Live Arena, 10,000 Christians, all worship. I'll tell you what, that was something else. And it was great to be there. And so people would think, yeah, look at this. They're all excited and jumping up and down. And that's wonderful. Brilliant. But actually for me, the best moment, the moment I actually got closest to God was when they asked everybody to stop, pray, just reach out. And there was a gap in between me and the next, and a hand took mine. And we prayed. Oh, that was powerful. That was properly powerful. And I got close to God. Isn't that what worship should be about? Shouldn't we be getting close to God? How does that happen? What takes place in order for us to actually really experience that? Well, I'm going to play you a clip in a minute. Some of you will recognise the name Ron Canoli, worship leader from time gone past, and still leading worship now. And he's going to make a point now about worship and how we get close to God much more eloquently than I can. So if we can get the Ron Canoli video now.
Stop. Pastor, how much authority do I have? Do I have authority? Okay. Okay. Now listen. One of the things that bothers me the most is when I try to get intimate with God and somebody's taking pictures of me. Our goal is to know God. Oh, okay. To know God, you know. You remember in the Bible when it says Adam knew his wife? Abraham knew Sarah. That, in other words, they had an intimate time together. Who's married? Is a married couple in here? Where? That's your wife with you right there? I'm talking, that's your wife? Oh, okay, now listen. When you and your wife are being intimate, I'm talking about intimate with your clothes off. Do you want people taking pictures of you? Oh, okay. Now, two things. As a worship leader, I appreciate the fact that you love me. And you have demonstrated that over the years, over the 43 years of ministry. But, well, thank you. Thank you. But I want to get something clear. I am not an artist. I'm a worship leader. And my goal, my only goal, my only gift, the gift that the Father put in me, was to teach you how to worship Him properly. Okay? Now we are singing a song that dictates the appropriate behavior. Okay? Most of you are from West Africa, right? And you have kings, right? Oh, okay. What is the first thing that you do before you go to the king? What do you do when you come in the presence of the king? You bow. See, don't nobody have to teach you that. Okay. Now, the Bible tells us the appropriate behavior when we experience His manifest presence. Okay? And it says it right here in the song. You deserve the glory. You deserve the honor. So we lift our hands in worship. Okay? Now, I don't mind teaching you because I feel like I have failed if I don't teach you. Now, we started that song just a little bit ago. And a lot of you were being very casual in the presence of God. And I'm not rebuking you because I love you. Well, let me just rephrase. I'm rebuking you because I love you.
Close to God. That's what we're aiming for. Just occasionally, on a Friday night when the band is practicing, we actually get close to God. And in the nicest possible way, we don't have to worry about you lot. We're not trying to lead worship. Something takes over and we can actually, we're sending it up. Don't have to think, I don't have to worry about a screen and what words are coming. You know what I'm like with words. We all sing. It just melds together. We can hear what the other one is doing. And it doesn't matter if we go off script. Everything works. It all joins together, just like it was meant to be. And it's actually quite difficult to put into words what it feels like, what happens when you actually come into the presence of God and you know He's there doing stuff. Christian, when you came this morning, why did you come? Was it Well, it's Sunday. We always go to church on Sunday. I don't know what to do if we don't go to church on Sunday. Was it, I really need to catch so-and-so this morning because I haven't managed to catch them for 2 or 3 weeks. Was it, well, I'm on the rota. I've got this to do, got that to do. Or did you come because you want to get intimate with God? It's a thing. I've said before, you've heard me say it. It says in the Bible, God's words, I delight to inhabit the praises of my people. So let me try and paint you a picture. We're going to bring this into land. It's 9:30, Saturday night, Earth time, because the picture's in heaven. 24 hours have gone since the band finished practicing. There's another 13 hours to go before our service is going to take place here. And up in heaven, this is where it's good. You'll know now. This is what God's talking to one of the angels. We'll call him Clarence. You get the reference from yesterday. I had already chosen that name. And God says to Clarence, I'm going to Chiltern tomorrow. Oh, that'd be nice. I don't know that one. Where is it? It's going to be great. So Clarence, who's not altogether gifted in maths, starts putting his 2 and 2 together. We've got 17 and a half at the moment because he's thinking, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. The music's going to be great. The band must be phenomenal. Just cut their 4th worship album. Everybody knows it's going to go straight to the top of the charts and it's going to be there for ages. And God said, no. But I know who's going to be there. Second chance. Clarence says, the clip I just showed you, warehouse worship, 10,000 people all jumping up and down, lifting their hands up, praising. So this time there's just beginning to get a little bit of a wry grin on God's face when he goes, no. More like 30. Oh, but it's going to be great. I know who's going to be there. It's going to be great. One more try. Must be the speaker. Who the heck have they got? I don't know where they are. J. John. Don't tell me they've got J. John. Really? Hello? Do I look like J. John? No, I'm taller than he is. I am not as round. And as far as I know, the jury is still going to be out on the anecdotes and the funny facial expressions. No. God says, going to be great. Actually, I'm going to be there before 8 o'clock. So I'm going to be ready when John and Scott get here. They start opening up, setting everything up, and the others drift in, and then Nigel comes. Oh, you should hear it when Nigel arrives. Oh, the fun and laughter that we have here. And God saying, we should be showing this. Someone get this up on the screen here. There's way too much laughter for an ordinary church. This is fellowship. I'm going to enjoy this. And then the people come in. And then we start worshiping. We start singing songs. This is what happens. Or at least this is what I think is what happens. John, can you give us a hand for a moment? He's looking very apprehensive now. It's all right. It's fine. Fine. Just come and be stood here for a sec. All right. So John is stood there. And he's in the middle of worshiping. And we're having a great time. And I've seen this. You'd be surprised what we see here as the band. And John's time of worship is often right at the end of sound check. All the busy stuff is done, is quiet, and he'll be sat here, and I can see it. And what happens? This is what happens. God comes over here and he gives him a great big hug, the kind of hug that actually makes you just go melt inside. And then he does as if he looks him in the eye and he says, "You are my precious child and I love you so much." Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Christian, is that what you came for this morning? Oh, because God is here. And yeah, it works both ways, this intimacy thing. You need two parties involved. And God is there, and he's waiting. And the hug factory is open 24/7. And God's hugs they're way better. I'm not a huggy person. I don't do peoply, touchy-feely things. But God does. And he just can't wait. He can't wait. If that's not you, you're not sure. Go on, we're in Revelation. Let's use the "behold, I stand at the door and knock" analogy. And he's knocking at the door, and you're there, and it's very sensibly, this day and age, you've got the door on the chain, and you're just peering through. You can see. Jesus is there. He's knocking at the door. Oh, go on, let us in. Let us in. We can have a cup of tea or coffee, if that's your thing. Maybe a glass of wine or beer, whatever. God, let me in. And your head's going, no, I can't. There's dog hair all over the sofa, and there's a pile of dirty laundry there that hasn't made it in the washing machine yet. The place is a mess. I can't let you in. And the things that are running through your head that you know you can't say, like, yeah, but if I let you in, you're going to see all the dark stuff. This secret. I don't tell anybody. Nobody knows. I've got to keep that away. Do you really think the one who with a single word can make all of the universe and everything in it doesn't actually know what you're trying to keep secret in here? Of course he does. And he loves you just the same. He doesn't love you any less than he loves the very holy John and the not so holy me, who are kind of struggling to keep the dark stuff under control and trying to follow his way. No, he's waiting there.